This I got something to say. This I got something to say. This I got something to say.
This Wise Guy Q and I'm the mouth for the South with my GCHO. Listen what we're talking about. It's the Week Good podcast. The stuff got something to say, and y'all got the right ones, 'cause we got time today.
Straight facts, no lies on. We really baking them pies home. We really changing these lies home. Really out here on the grind though. From the basketball to the media, from the touchdowns, you can speak from us. From the credit game to the business lane, we put food in refrigerators, man. From the hip hop to the pro tool, from the R&B to the old school, from the biggest fights to the biggest nights. CHO and Q gon' get you right. Gon' get you right. CHO and Q gon' get you right. Gon' get you right. CHO and Q gon' get you right. This I got something to say. We hustle, we grinding away. Tomorrow ain't promised today. Know why we gon' shine in your face. This I got something to say. This I got something to say. This I got something to say. This I got something to say.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Wise Guy Q in the building, and we back and we good. You already know. I got my boy X Money ATL in here with me, and we're gonna do an interview with him. You know what I mean? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing blessed. I'm feeling blessed.
Feeling blessed. Yeah, man, it's the best way to feel. That's a wonderful feeling. You know what I mean? I'm missing my co-host today. You know what I mean? CHO, but we finna do the thing. I'ma hold it down. You know what I mean? 'Cause we good, we stay good, everything good. You know what I mean? So let's get into this, man. You know that we brought to you by Crack Pies, the pies that change lives. It's the crack for me, man. We're gonna have to get you a sample of some of them sooner or later too, so you can check that out, man. We got them banging in the city, man. And we've been going all around doing our thing with those. You know what I mean? And we also brought to you by Dirt Town Sound. www.wiseguyq17th.com. Go there, check out them beats, man. We got them on deck for you. You know what I mean? We gonna get that in. We gonna get all these sponsors in real quick. We brought to you by Righteous Grind Academy. We teaching the youth. You know what I mean? It's all for the youth. So y'all go check that out. Go online, get your cards for $10. Start educating your youth on this financial literacy and how to get through this system, be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about with us. And finally, we brought to you by Bars and Vocals. Bars and Vocals, if you got them vocals, you can sing your ass off. If you got them bars, you know what I mean? Tap in, go to www.wegood.events and let us check out your talent. Go sign up for the Bars and Vocals Showcase. We need to see that talent. If you got both, that's exactly what we're looking for. You know what I mean? So go check that out. You know what I mean? So now that we got that out the way, man, how I feel to be here, man?
Well, it feels good.
You know what I mean? So you go by X or X Money, bro?
Pretty much, you throw X in, I'm gonna respond to it.
Yeah.
You know, before it was X Money, it was DJ X, and then it was CEO X. You know, I can't do so many names with it, so just kept the X.
You was P Diddy in that motherfucker, Wayne.
I wear multiple hats, and every couple of months I switch my hats.
For sure.
Different, type of business. Yeah.
So tell me about them hats, man. What are they?
Pretty much just my accomplishments, and I'm the type of person to be like, I want to do something, and then I'm gonna do it. Like, one day I want to be an author, author X. I want to be an actor, So I've been pretty much started out throwing parties. And then, got me into saying this, like, yo, I used to hire these DJs, and it was whack. And I'm like, I'm paying these DJs $250, $300. I'm like, shit, I could do it myself, So then I took some of my money from a party, and this back when I was in high school, like my senior year. I took some money and I invested into all type of equipment. Bought a whole bunch of equipment, and then I threw a party, and I'm like, I'm gonna DJ my own party. Man, my first party, I DJ'd the speakers blew. I was like, damn. So the party was just over with, because I ain't had no backup DJ or nothing. So I was like,
this was in the A?
Nah, this is back. I'm from Florida originally, Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I started throwing parties out there. So it was like, bam, okay, whatever. Ended the party. Everybody was mad, but whatever. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to throw another party to make up for it. I let everybody in free. I went and got new speakers and everything. Second time I threw a party, the amp blew. I'm like, man, what the?
God damn, bro.
I'm like, yeah, this DJ ain't for me.
it.
I was like, I had a high respect for DJs at that point. I was just like, man, this DJ ain't for me. Amp Blue ended the party early. I'm like, man, this ain't working. So I just chilled for like 3 or 4 months. This girl was having a Sweet 16 party. I won't forget it. She invited me and my boys out there. And then, her DJs was like playing some whack music. She was like, hey, why don't you get a damn DJ? At this time, I used to DJ with, I was the only DJ in Florida who was DJing on Sidekick cell phones. A little Sidekick that flip up?
Yeah, and we used to text each other too.
Yeah, they had a little audio thing on it, right? So I had brought like the little red and white cord on one side and it's the audio on the other side. So I would hook those red and white up into the mixer board.
Yeah.
I had 2 sidekicks. So on my sidekicks, I had like sound effects on it. So I play a song on here, then I play a sound effect while swishing it over to another song.
Yeah.
I used to DJ and I used to have
a
mic.
I never heard that shit in my life, bro.
It was so many DJs that was mad at me. It was like, yo, how's he getting all this business off the sidekick? Why everybody got the little turntable. I turned her party up. I was DJing for like 15 minutes. Everybody went crazy. I'm talking about one of the biggest fights broke out, but it was still lit though. So that kind of gave me the courage to get back into DJing. So once I did it, I made sure I brought all the professional equipment this time so I wouldn't have no issues. Ever since then, I was DJing. Throwing my own parties, DJing everybody else's parties. So I was DJing for the schools. I was DJing for the college. I was DJing for the clubs. And then that's pretty much how I initially got into me doing what I'm doing now. So that's kind of like the first step. And that was like 17, 18.
Okay, so what do you use to DJ now?
I don't DJ no more. Man, I hung that hat up like... like about 2 years ago.
Right.
I was DJing, and I remember my last time DJing. It's just like, I don't know, it seemed like I just couldn't be up in that booth for 4 hours, whatever, just playing music anymore. I kind of felt like I was just kind of past that, so.
Word. So, like, where the name X originate from?
Xavier. So my real name is Xavier, so.
And your team called the X Gang.
X Gang.
So they all just repping you.
Yeah, repping the brand. It's like this. I created a brand, and I created a opportunity for other people around me to be able to not only just make money, but just have something to do. You feel me? Like, this brand has, like, my people's telling me right now, bro, I've never been out of Georgia. I've never been to, Ohio. I've never been to Texas. I've never been to, New York or whatever. So, this gives us the opportunity to be able to travel places I've never been. I never traveled before. So it was like, I was just in Gainesville. That was it. Besides, being out my mother traveling, but like, as far as with music, I never actually traveled before. So I've been all over the country. I haven't been on the West Coast, but I've just been all over pretty much anywhere
Gotta
else.
go to the West Coast,
yeah,
man. I went out to Cali. I went to Las Vegas. I ain't know how to act in Vegas. Bro.
I had some situations like that. I just never pursued it and whatnot.
Well, I suggest everybody go like once time in their life out there, bro. This shit a whole different world out there, motherfucker.
Facts.
That's what's up, though, man. So, I heard like you was looking to sign an artist and you was offering like $10,000 for in a record deal. Did that ever happen?
Yeah. So pretty much what happened with that situation was it was like, all right, I'm gonna give you 10. I'm gonna give you 10, but then I still gotta put way more money behind you. And what was the funny thing about it? That whole process was like a whole 4-month process from like June all the way up till October, because we ended up having our club ended up getting shut down, so I had to reevaluate everything, so I had to push it back a little bit. But initially I ended up picking an artist, but when I was doing the whole process, I would hear artists, they ain't had no money, no clout, no nothing, and be like, man, 10,000, ain't shit, I ain't doing that. I'm like,
Word.
How much money you got right now? You feel me? But I explained these artists, it's like, I'm offering you 10,000 for you, but it's like, I still gotta put
behind you.
You know how much money I gotta put behind? Like, I tell people myself, I had to put so much money behind myself just to even get my shit situated. Radio, travel, staff, expenses, it's like all that is not cheap. The marketing is damn near 50 to 100,000. It depends on what type of marketing you're doing. I'm running radio ads on Street Life 4.5, Hot 107.9. I'm running radio ads in every place that I'm going to. I'm doing shows. I'm paying for all the travel expenses. I'm paying for security. I'm paying for hotels. I'm paying for staff. I'm paying for DJs. Everything's on the road. I'm paying for everything. So when you look at it like this, it's like a lot of these artists, like artists that hit me up today, he was just like, cause my manager, he looking for another artist to manage. He was like, oh yeah, I was gonna do the show, but I ain't trying to be signed. I'm gonna be independent. I was like, all right, that's good. You know, be independent. But management is way different. And a lot of these artists, they don't realize it. They just, I'm independent. Well, you're going to independently pay for everything yourself, just so you know that. So it's like, so when you broke and you like, I'm independent, it was like, I could tell. You feel me? So that's why you got your artists is like out here working, your artists is not working. Everybody want, man, fuck with me, man, put me on, man. And that's why I tell artists, it's not so much about the money that I want, it's about how much money you gonna put into yourself. Because I can care less. I'm financially good on my end, but what are you bringing to the table? Other than, man, I can rap. I got 50 songs right now. I'm like, you got 50 songs? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I ain't heard one of them. You feel me? Like, how you got 50 songs and I ain't heard one of them?
Right, that ain't good.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
that ain't good. You gotta have some buzzing out here.
Yeah, so I tell people, it's like, man, you gotta invest into yourself. Like, artists, they be so quick to record, and that's good. Keep recording, but you gotta market yourself. Like right now, this is marketing. You feel me? Like you gotta get out there and be seen, be heard. When I do my shows, it's marketing. So when they be like, oh, I don't pay to perform, I don't do this and that, I don't do show for free. I'm like, well, obviously ain't nobody paying you to perform either because you at the house. You feel me?
Right, right.
If I got a platform, a stage that gives you the opportunity to be able to go on stage and perform when no other clubs are just allowing you to come up in a building and just jump on stage. It's like, I'm gonna go to Compound, I'm about to perform. They gonna look at you like, nigga.
Nigga don't know the grind behind this shit.
How much it costs to get in this bitch? You talking about performing? What? So, you know, that's just like, you know, a lot of artists, they uneducated when it comes to that. And they just, but you know, it is what it is. So I allow artists to say what they want to say until they actually really need my help. And when you really need my help, let's work.
That's what's up, bro. So, like, what challenges you had to overcome along the way with this shit? Man,
listen. Where I'm at right now, people ask me this. Would you go back in time and do it all over again? Hell no. Because I can't even tell you the good things I did to get to where I'm at. But I damn sure remember the bad things. I'd have been robbed. You know what's so crazy? Before I even became a rapper, like I've been rapping for 17 months. The day I became a rapper was January 1st, 2020. You feel me? And we're about to go into 2022. Within 2 weeks, I was on the radio. My first show I opened up was for Lil Durk. You know, so I came in the game straight to it. Straight doing paid shows, straight going to radio station all over the place. The girl I was messing with before, I explained to her, I said, you know, I want to be a rapper. You know, I want to focus on that. You know, you do what you do. I'm going to do my thing, you know, which led to her end up setting me up to get robbed at my crib. Luckily, I wasn't there because I was doing a single release for my music. You see what I'm talking about? But they still try to break into my stuff. So I explained to people, I'm like, yo, when you get into this situation, you got to be mentally, physically, like emotionally prepared for this because everything's going to hit you at one time. And if they don't hit you at one time, it's going to hit you simultaneously because it's trying to test you. It's trying to see, are you strong enough to keep going,
Yeah.
And I've been knocked down so many times. I had friends threaten to kill me. I had friends rob me behind my back. And I always tell people this, like, it's never about the money with me. So I might know you stealing, but it's just when I'm going to say something about it. I'm just gonna see how long you do it.
Peeping that
yeah,
shit.
I'm peeping it. Like even with females, like I know you doing something, but I just want to see how.
Right.
You know, see if you gonna change on your own.
Right.
I feel like
it's just who you is.
Yeah, I feel like everybody make mistakes, and a lot of things. And I'm gonna just share this with y'all while we on here. A lot of people don't know this, but I got a associate degree in criminal justice, and I study behavior analysis. So when people see me as a rapper and they see me this, they just see like, oh, he's just a nigga with dreads, just be rapping and shit. But they don't realize I'm actually smart behind it. So everything that I do is marketing. You know, when it comes to like, oh, you know this, oh, we got these girls, we got this. It's all marketing to me because my mind was business and marketing, you know. But when it comes down to my criminal justice, like I study people. I might see you, I don't prejudge you, but I might be like, you remind me of somebody that stole from me. That might not be you, but you remind me of that motherfucker. So I'm gonna watch you, just to be on the safe side. Oh, you remind me of somebody that I was getting money with, and it was a cool, genuine person. But like I said, you know, everybody is everybody. But my challenges was very rough, very hard, But I tell people, like, if you truly believe in what it is you want to do, then do it. Because I quit 2 jobs, sold my car, and got rid of my crib just to move to Atlanta. No friends, no family, no girls. I got rent for 6 months. I took my income tax, paid my renter for 6 months. I took the rest of my money I made from my car and just kept it in a little bank account for food. But then as the 3 months was going, my money started running out. So I ended up getting a job at Walmart. I was working at Walmart in Riverdale. They had me in the paint department. And I was working there for like a month and a half before I realized I know I ain't give up everything in Florida to move to Georgia to work at Walmart. Like, so that's why it was just like, wait a minute, hold up, man. I remember quitting that day. The lady, they wanted me to go in the back and help the people with the storage and stuff, and I'm just like, I bet I got you. So when I was back there, I worked for about 2 hours. My break was coming up. Day break wasn't, so I went on break. I come back, she's like, where were you at? I'm like, I went on break. Did I tell you to go on break? I'm like, I don't even work back here. I was just, no. And then she went to yelling at me. I'm looking like, I took my badge off. So you know what? You have a good day. That was the last time I worked for anybody. That was the last day I worked for anybody. And from that moment, I had a drive at the time. It wasn't like no real personal drive. It was like before Uber and Lyft. He just used to drive me back and forth to work. Mm-hmm. He said, man, if you serious about this, you're going to get up in the morning. You're going to strive hard. You're going to work to what it is that you want to do. And you're going to really be focused on it. And that's when he told me that 2 days prior to her telling me that. And that's why I never went back to work. And ever since then, I've just been getting money.
How long you been at it?
I quit Walmart. I've been here in Atlanta about 5 years. I quit Walmart 5 years ago. So I've been at it about 5 years. But, you know.
That shit working for you.
I was making $349 every 2 weeks at Walmart. I made that this morning. You feel me? So
that's what I be saying. like, dude, I can make that shit doing nothing.
Man, so you know, I look back and I tell people like I don't like encourage people to quit their job because everybody like
know your worth.
Yeah, but it's not like I can be like, yo, quit your job and you don't do that. But you realize a lot of people who do say, let me step away from that because they have you working hours that you looking like, damn, I could have been here. You know, they have me working Saturday nights, Friday nights, you know, nights where I could have been out here working. While I'm now at Walmart, I'm missing out on opportunities here in Atlanta, which initially I came here for. And everybody feel like they gotta have a job stability. Well, I gotta make sure I got a guaranteed paycheck. But then again, it's like they're really taking you away from what it is that you could be doing with your life. You know, once you realize that as a person, you'll be like, damn, let me pursue something. I don't know what it is I want to do, but let me pursue something. I didn't go to Florida. When I moved to Florida, like my mother's in the Army. So I was bouncing around. That's what I meant by traveling with her. So moving to Florida, I didn't have that mindset, yeah, I'm going to throw parties. I'm a DJ. I'm a manage. I'm a sound artist. I'm a rap. I'm a run a club. None of this. I ain't know none of this was going to happen in my life. You feel me? All my family members, they doctors and lawyers and cops and shit. I'm a rapper. You know, it's like, but getting money like they are. Yeah. If not more, you feel me? So it's like, you know, now my family respects me. My whole time here in Atlanta, my mother's like, you need to get you a real job. You need to get you a real job. Like, that's not a real job until I start getting real money. I need to come work for you. You feel me? So now I kind of like switched up. And that's why, you know, they always had those sayings online where it's like your family, if you know, family be the first one to knock you down. Mm-hmm. They don't believe in you. Yeah. You think your family be the main ones to believe in you, but a lot of times they be the one to be
family be the one every time.
That's gonna waste your time. What are you doing? You need to focus on. So I should go clock in every day. That's what you're telling me. So that's a real job. Me clocking in for somebody else. And something stood out me. It was like, you know, you don't need a degree to own your own business.
Right.
But exactly. Sometimes you need a degree to work for somebody else's business.
Exactly. So, you know how many business owners don't got no degree? Crazy.
A lot.
Right, exactly.
And it's more than just music. Like, you know, you get your electrician company, construction company. Like, it's just so many things you could do. You just got to just take the time out and say, this is what I want to do. And just be prepared to put like a year or two in. Actually, 2 years to be better. It's just like going to college. You ain't making no money in college.
Right, exactly.
You putting your work in every day, right? So then, even when you're a football player, you're a red shirt your freshman year, you probably ain't even going to get on the field. Just like when you become a rapper, like you might not make no money your first 2 years, but that whole time you need to be focusing. I done met artists been rapping for 10 years. Man, I'm still. How I get paid shows? You ain't get paid yet? Like, what you been doing this whole time? You feel me? Like, oh, or they come and work with me and then they expect me to get them paid show within 2 months, and I'm like, nigga, you ain't been getting paid for 10 years.
Right? Like what?
I'm gonna tell you what you doing wrong. Everything. So I was like, come work with me. I got you. And you ain't got to sign to me. We can just work. You know, we get money together. We can work. But I'm not finna just be like, oh, you a rapper? Let me put all my money behind you just because you rapping. There's a million other niggas out here that's rapping. You feel me? So that's why I look at situations like that.
You doing any investing or anything like that?
So, to be honest, I actually invested into my aunt's hair salon a long time ago. When I had first, you know, made some money, I invested into it. her hair salon, and then I was a silent partner in there. She ended up getting everything situated, and she had paid my money back. Then I chilled for a while. Then I started was thinking to myself like, damn, what else could I put money in? I remember when I was working with you know, at one period of my time I was working with Hustle Gang. I was doing work with Street Execs. I was doing work with QC, but mainly Hustle Gang, and No Genre and Defiant. So I was working over there. And what I did was took a lot of money that I made, and then I opened up 2 recording studios. And I had an option. I was like, either go buy a Porsche or the studios wasn't even one of my options. But it was like, I'm about to go buy a Porsche, but I wanted a white Porsche. They only had a black Porsche on the lot. I already had a Camaro and I had a truck at the time. So I was like, nah, I really want a white Porsche. They're like, yo, you can wait 2 weeks, we can get you one. I was like, all right. I left there, and then I found this building. It had like 2 rooms in it with an office space. I was just like, shit. I turned it over to a studio. I called it the red room and the blue room. Brought all the studio equipment off of Memorial Drive. I went and brought flat screen TVs. I got a carpet. I put like $15,000 into the studios. But I'm glad I did it because I ended up going through a situation where I ended up losing everything. You feel me? And I would have lost the Porsche at that too. Only thing, I lost my truck. I still have my car just because my brother was like, yo, let me use it. I was like, shit, you gonna have to pay the car note on it. That's why, and that's another thing I want to explain to people. Like, just because you get on and you fall off it's not the end of the world for you. Because if you got your stuff on, then you can get your stuff back on. But if somebody gave you everything, then yeah, you're going to be messed up. But I worked myself, and I got myself up to the point where I could have 3 cars and buy a Porsche and buy. But long story short, the studios kept me afloat because people just booking studio time. So every day I was making money. I had people doing listening parties there, and it just kept me going. And then once I got back situated, I was able to come back and then be like, all right, let's make this shit work. And then that's what happened. I ended up giving away one of my rooms to an engineer I ended up hiring.
But you still got it over there, though?
No, what happened was I gave him a room, and then I kept one room. And then when I ended up leaving, I gave the other room away. And then they had kind of like fucked it up, like real bad. So I had to come back and redo the whole thing over and open it back up. So like I tell you, like, it goes back to all my challenges I went through a lot. You feel me? Like, I've been in 5 years, you know, so it's like, you know, through those 5 years, my first 2 years was like, I ain't seen no money till my 3rd year.
You don't want to give up at that
Yeah,
shit?
I made $100,000. I'm in my 3rd year, I made $100,000. I was like, in a year, I look back like, God damn, what the fuck I've been doing? You feel me? But then at that time, I was in Texas doing shows. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was in Indiana. I was in New York. I was all over the place just doing shows everywhere. And this was some managing type situation. You feel me? That's why I was working with Hustle Gang, and I was just doing situations everywhere. So that, you know, that put me in a position to be able to win like that. And then, like I said, that's when I end up, you know, losing a lot. You know, dealing with a person, I ended up losing pretty much everything that I ever got. So that's why when I, you know, started over, I had a mindset of like, I'm gonna be single, and I'm gonna get this money. You feel me? It's like I would look at the people, because I post a lot of crazy shit, you know, with females and all that. But I gotta explain to them, it's like, you could have somebody that's strong beside you and be your backbone and all that extra shit they be talking about. But sometimes when you single though, you can do what you want to do. Like, I ain't gotta explain to you why I'm coming in 5 o'clock in the morning. You feel me? Right. Or, oh my God, baby, I like none of that shit. If we cool, we cool. We rocking. Believe in me and let me focus on what I'm doing. And once I get to a certain position in my life, when I'm ready to get back into a situation like that, then yeah, I do it. But for right now, it's like, bro, I done made more money being single than ever.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, man.
It's like that. A female they gonna help you gain, but they gonna take too.
Yeah, shout out to all my ladies, man, that rock with me. Rock with the movie.
You know what I mean? But hey, you know what I mean? For each his own on that one, bro, I guess. But you had some time through all that shit, like where you wanted to give up. For sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tell artists now when I be doing my development, I say everybody's gonna want to give up. It's not even just rapping and doing music. It's just when you're doing a business, period. You're gonna at some point you're just gonna be like, damn, this shit ain't working, and everybody feels it. You know, anything that you do, is you be like, this shit ain't working. But you know how they got it where you knocking on that, you know, that stuff. You always got pictures of it, memes. You just knocking, and then the other side is success. But you just gave up. You probably had 2 more knocks at it. But you like, man, I'm done. And that's how I was. I was just like, man, I'm done. But I didn't give up because I spent so much money and I gave up so much to move to Atlanta. I could have been just went back to Florida and said, man, bump this, because I left my job on a good note. I was a medication assistant and I was a assistant manager at Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker. So, you know, I had okay jobs. You feel me? I had like grown people jobs when I was like 19, 20, whatever. So it's like I could have went back to Florida and just said, forget Atlanta. I tried it, didn't work out. But I stayed here and kept working and kept grinding. I came here the year when, I think, not the year, but a year after when they had that big snowstorm. It was a big snowstorm here. I'm talking about cars just stuck on the highway. Like, I got stuck in the crib.
I was in jail when that shit happened, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man, that was crazy. Mind you, I ain't had no car. I had no family up here. The power went out. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm calling my peoples from down south, so my mom ended up giving me a plane ticket. I flew from here back to Gainesville, and it was no snow at all. So it was like, yeah, let me get the hell from over here. But I didn't move away. I just came back, you know. But every day, people going to want to give up, and I tell people, like, yo, just don't, you know.
For sure.
You just got to keep working. It might not work for you right now, but who's to say it's not going to work for you a couple of months, a year down the road, because, you know, you're brand new, so nobody's really knowing who you are. People say, man, he be just throwing parties like it's just easy. I mean, it's not easy, but, you know, I've learned it enough to be like, I know what to do. I know how to promote. I know how to go about things. I know how to convince people to come out on a day that they wouldn't even go out. Like a Wednesday night. I remember when I first did Wednesday night, which is called Amateur Night at Knockouts. I remember the first time I did it, we had about 40 people come out. And the same time we did it, they brought Rod Wave next door to the other club. And I was like, these motherfuckers. So I was like, so I think the only reason why we even had 40 people in because people was just, they couldn't afford to get Rod Wave, so they came over there. But I remember doing the amateur nights, and I remember I had like 13 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
I made an announcement on the mic one time. I said, y'all, appreciate all y'all for coming out. No lie, you know, this place is going to be wall to wall soon. And then COVID hit, and everything shut down. But luckily, when COVID, you know, was kind of like, and Georgia was opening back up, we're a restaurant, so we was able to open up first. So while all the clubs in Atlanta were closed down, we was the only place open. So people just started gravitating to us. And then we got to a point where we couldn't let nobody else in, but then people started getting familiar with it. I ended up bringing Fujiano there, and man, I think I had like 9, I ain't gonna say the exact number, but it was just like a lot. It was so packed up in there, people couldn't even get in. It was about 200 people still trying to get in. And I did it on a Wednesday night. From that moment on, you couldn't tell me nothing. And I had that big packed out in the mug, you know what I mean? So it's just like that relationship I had with them, and I brought it over there. But I say that to say it's like, I didn't give up. You feel me? Because I could have really just said, I'm done with the Wednesday. I had one of my financial managers, he was like, why don't you do every other Wednesday? Or why don't you just do one Wednesday once a month? And that goes to, like I was saying, how people will try to discourage you and kind of like tell you to do something else when it's something you really want to do.
Right.
So like he would have said, just do it once a month. I probably would like, yeah, you're right, let me just do it once a month. And yeah, my once a month probably would have been good, but now I'm doing it every week and just running it up. You feel what I'm talking about? So, you know, I mean, you just got to keep doing it, keep working, and keep grinding. Because everybody going to tell you no. And then that person going to tell you yes. And if nobody ever tells you yes, create your own yes.
For sure.
Create your own yes. You'll be successful.
There you have it. You know what I mean? That's been some bars right there. You know what I mean? So is Knockouts the only club you promote at? Or that's the main club?
Well, Knockout's the main one. For now, sure. When it comes down to shows, I pretty much only time I do a show somewhere else is if I'm booked there. You know, I had to understand. But see, my manager, I don't put them in a position where this man, he just be running up clubs everywhere. But he utilizing the brand and is building the brand up. So, yeah, Knockouts might be the home club for me, X Money. But then it's like my company does shows everywhere. And we do shows all over the country. So it's like, but in Atlanta, we done been to a lot of clubs. And we done got to the position where it's like, all right, we'll go do a party there. And whoever we got DJing, camera guy, they all end up having jobs there. So we kind of like leave our footmarks. So we'll do a club here, and then we'll leave like a DJ or something at that club. So then they can continuously DJ there, and it kind of keeps us in the mix over there while we'll go to another club, and then we'll put another DJ over there. And we just been building it up and grind like that. So
everybody know I'm from College Park, you know what I mean? And for those who don't know where Knockouts at, it's down there in the hometown, College Park. Tell them where it's at, bro. Give them the address or whatever.
4807 Old National Highway, to be exact, College Park. Right there off the Nat. As soon as you come off the bridge, off the interstate, whichever way you turn, it's over there in the same parking lot as the new Old National Mall. You know, y'all come out there and rock with it. You know, be rocking out.
Right off of Old Nat in the hometown, College Park. Go goddamn party with my homeboy X Money. You dig?
And like I said, I do Wednesdays. Wednesdays I dedicate that to the dancers. Get them an opportunity to come make money. And then Fridays is with industry night. So I dedicate the Fridays to all my artists and whatnot that's out here working and grinding.
For sure. So you said you told me a little bit earlier before we started that you had a new song coming out that is working on.
So basically, like it goes back to those hats I was saying. So right now I'm kind of like in my promoter stage. I'm just promoting stuff, just trying to get the club back on because we was closed down for 3 months. So now I'm kind of pretty much in the stage where it's like, okay, cool. But now I'm like ready to get back into doing music. I had injured my knee right when I got off tour in August playing basketball, so it was kind of hard for me to do shows or whatnot. I went and did one show, big fight broke out. I got knocked over in my VIP section. I had to fall on the ground, like re-injuring my knee. So it's like as it was healing up, I re-injured it. And then they was shooting everything outside. So it was like, it put it in my mind, so it was like, damn, man, I might not be able to get out of a building in time if something does go down because I can barely move. So I told my management, I was just like, yo, I don't want to do no more shows until I feel like I'm completely healed. In which I'm kind of like, I can move around better, but, I don't want to chance it. So now I'm in the mindset, okay, January's come back up. The first quarter is getting ready to come back up. Fourth quarter, ain't no sense in me really even dropping no music. I mean, some people just get rid of it, but I'm like, all right, let me do the artists I want to work with, everybody, let me get my music together, start recording. Like, I'm going to be in the studio right after this. So it's like, let me get this situated and then get the music video, get the marketing budget, get everything situated, do the blueprint. So then January come flying out the gate.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but my new song is gonna be a twerk song for the females. Just a club bang and just get them. Oh, that's not at the door.
They right there.
Oh, okay. So that's my manager. That's our new manager, the young one.
JoJo?
Not JoJo. I don't even know JoJo here, but I know it's one of our new cats, Kel, right now.
Okay.
But just out here, working and grinding. Just getting everything situated.
You say you got a new artist?
Well, all right. So with that being said, it's a couple of artists that I'm gonna be working with, and I'm the type of person like I can work with you, and I'm gonna work with you, but before I like start really putting you out there, we're gonna handle the paperwork. And I'm also the type of person where I don't want to put you in paperwork if it doesn't really, really make sense. Meaning, like, I'm not finna tie you down and be like you in some contract where it's like, oh, this and that. Like, I want it to be both ways. I want you to really understand that you really want to work with me, and then I really want to work with you. Because now I'm an artist myself. So I have the leverage where I can tell a person, like, I don't need you, but I want you, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to have you here. But I don't need you here because I can, run this by myself. But it's good to have you here.
Right.
When artists start talking all that, man, I don't feel like doing this and doing it. Okay, that's the reason I became a rapper. To be honest, like I was putting money behind niggas. It was just like, I don't feel like doing this. Well, I don't want to go. But when I first met you, it was like, I'm ready to do it. You know how that be sometimes. So it's like people start feeling themselves and whatnot. They ain't taking shots at nobody. It's just the fact that, you know what? Maybe I should be an artist. And it was a joke at first. I was just doing it, being funny. And then I ended up having like a little song. It was called, you cuss on here? It's called Fucking Your Bitch From the Back. And I made a hook. And then I had played it at one of my parties. And my manager, who's my manager now, he was like, damn, who saw that? That shit hard. I'm like, that's me. He's like, nigga, the fuck out of here.
You wanted his name From the Back.
Yeah, it's called From the Back. Yeah, that was my first ever song I made. And I only had the hook recorded, so they liked it. I was like, let me go record this shit. So I made, a verse and whatnot, and then I recorded it, and then we actually really put it out. And that was the one that had got my, my situation and everything. That's the one that got me with all the different radio stations. That's the one that got me opened up for Dirt, So I was just like, wow, people really like this song. Like, not saying I like the song. It's just the fact that they really like this shit. Like, and I tell people, that's when I explain to people, like, it ain't even really about your music for real. Your music, it helps out, but it's about the marketing that comes behind it. Like, you gotta have some type of gimmick on it. I'm my road manager right there.
That's good, yeah.
So, it's really the marketing, that you got behind it and just out here working, And then it's just I'm making some more hits, So, like, I got some different type of vibes and different type of music gonna be coming out, and I plan on dropping a mixtape or either EP or a mixtape.
For sure.
Yeah.
Something like beginning of next year or some shit.
Yeah, pretty much like in spring. I'm gonna drop a single January and then come out in spring with just a whole EP to get ready for like the summer and whatnot.
For sure, for sure. And the last song that you dropped, it was called "Get Naked," right? It was a strip club, right?
Yeah, Get Naked. Get Naked was the one I had
or was it Do Something?
Nah, Do Something. When we had dropped Do Something, it I couldn't get it to market correctly because there's so many guns in the video. Like
a lot of them young boy we wanted to see this.
Man, I know, it's so crazy because I'm thinking to myself like, man, all these videos be having. We had so many guns in the video, so it was like a lot of social media influencers wouldn't post it. They wouldn't post it. A lot of websites that I had initially had promoting like Get Naked. I got Get Naked over like 100,000, and counting. But it's like they wouldn't touch Do Something, the actual video. Right. So I was just like, damn. And at that time I was getting ready to go on tour. So it's like, well, how do I get out here? And then I was gonna just go ahead and drop it on World Star. But then I don't know exactly what happened. I just ended up I took the video off of YouTube. Like Do Something, not even on, I put it on YouTube for like a day and then I just took it off. I was just like, I ain't ready to put it out there yet. So it was just like, but it's available for people to hear it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to shoot a whole new video.
I think I heard it like on Apple or some shit.
And then what happened was I was doing a show somewhere, and this is how crazy it is. I was doing a show where it was like a fight night type of situation. Yeah. I was supposed to perform, do something. Like you say you getting money to go on a show, and you say you got a gun and going to shoot. So long story short, we out there about to perform, and then some dude in the crowd had got into it with my management, and then they ended up pulling the gun out on my manager in the club. But luckily my bodyguards, they strapped also. So it's like, man, we got guns. I'm like, niggas got guns in the club. Like, you feel me? So just imagine me now performing the song, Do Songs. Niggas already on tense ready. So it's kind of like I had to start looking at it like, damn, I got to be very mindful and wise of the type of music that I put out there. Because, once you start putting that type of music out there, you start bringing that type of
energy.
Yeah, and it's like you got to be prepared for it. So I'm smart, so it's like not everything needs to be done at the same. And a lot of people like to do something. Yeah. I like to do something too, but it's kind of like one of them records where it's just like, you know what? I know once I put that out there, and like especially my label really markets and puts it out there, I'm gonna have to deal with all kind of stuff when I'm on the road. We had to be like I remember we did a show in Mississippi. I was just on tour back in July, and right after the show, some niggas followed us from the club. So and how I ain't gonna explain how I travel, but I travel smart enough so if a situation like that was to happen, I get myself out of that situation. Long story short, somebody pulled up. They was trying to follow us. Luckily, I had other people in different whips, that was able to handle them. You feel me? But it just shows you like at any moment, especially when you're doing music, and they're like, oh, okay, you gonna do something? Shit, do something. We don't. So we don't. I've already seen the energy that came from that type of record. And I was just like, man, you know what? I ain't trying to be out here trying to, every fucking night I'm doing the show, I gotta worry about this, and now I'm putting my peoples in jeopardy.
For sure.
And like I tell people, I ain't got time for all that. You make some music about females and twerking and shaking ass. Everybody happy.
Have a good time.
Niggas trying to get on some bitches. They ain't on that extra shit. You feel me? And I, like I said, everybody do their own thing. Everybody rap about drugs, shooting, violence, and all that. That's cool. But I'm just like, you know what? That ain't none of my business. I'm going to stay kind of away from that part and just focus on the females. Because that's going to make the money anyway. Cause wherever the females go, the niggas going to go.
For sure. Shit, that's what I was telling my partner though about the goddamn Young Dolph situation. I was like, man, I'm gonna miss that motherfucking kind of music. Ain't nobody else gonna make no music like that. And they're like, that nigga make you want to get some motherfucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else making a nigga want to goddamn get that bag like that, man. I don't know how you feel about that situation though, man.
Man, when I woke up and I seen that, cause I really rock with Young Dolph. I rock with a lot of the Memphis artists, but like I really rock with his music, even from the beginning, because I remember he had Bigger Rankin, on the song Preach, like introducing it. I'm from Florida, so we all looked up to him. So it's kind of like a situation where, and then he represents like letting I'm independent, I'm out here working, I'm out here grinding. But it was just him in general, like just his flow pattern. I remember when they first came out, I was like, man, this nigga do not rhyme at all. Like when he first started, then he just got better and better. Like I had to really think back, like, damn, he only really been out like 5 years, to the national public. But it's like Dolph really hard. So when I seen that this morning, it actually reminded me when he got killed. Same way I felt when Mo3 got killed, because it was like early in the day, like what the, like you look at it, like wow, every time an artist gets murdered or whatnot, my family call me, my friends call me, and they're like, man, you sure you want to do the rap? I'm like, that's why I say you got to be mindful of the type of people you be around, like I'm one of my bodyguards right there, it's just like, you might not be rich and famous, but that doesn't mean you don't have to protect yourself. Because then you got to understand that you are the bag. And like they say, somebody was with Dolph at the same time, whatever the case may be. And it's like, you just got to be mindful of, I'm not from Atlanta, so Atlanta's not my hometown. And one thing about Atlanta is Atlanta. But then you got so many cities that surround Atlanta. So you could be in Norcross, you could be in Sandy Springs, you could be in Dunwoody. Nobody would never really see you that much. But I don't know how Memphis operates, but it's like, Memphis more like contained, so you gonna see somebody. They be on South Memphis. Go to South Memphis, you gonna see them. I'm on the south side of Atlanta. I might be on Old Nack, somewhere in Clayco. All on River. You don't know where that nigga at on the south side. So it's just like I look at stuff like that and I just be like. But yeah, when I heard that news, I was like, damn man, it's crazy. Like I really I with Dolph. I fuck with Mo3. I was even fuck with Vaughn when all that situation happened. So it's just like, man, you just gotta like. But that goes back to what I was saying with artists, if they are recording 50 records, then that's actually good. Cause then they can have their music ongoing. People can constantly utilize their voice for, other resources and whatnot.
Shit, you don't think that shit fucked up, though? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Niggas should be able to, then like people want to talk shit about people, never about artists, and especially not coming back to the hood and giving back and shit, you know what I mean? But a nigga who comfortable in his hood,
and that's kind of like how I am too.
You hate that, y'all like, you should have moved, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Make up your mind, you know what I mean? But
I tell people this, that even goes to me, like, if I ever decided, like, to go back to my hometown. It's been times where I be trying to, like, go back there and, like, find somebody, but it's like, I'm not going to say, like, because it is some people down there that's hungry and that really want it. But like I explained to them, Gainesville, Florida, it's a home of the Gators and the haters. You feel me? So it's like, if you're not working for UF, or Shands or whatnot, then there ain't nobody taking you serious. Like, so it's like music, there ain't no music for real down there. Like, I got to this point where I was at the ceiling. I couldn't go no further. If I was still in Gainesville doing what I was doing, throwing a party, all this and that, I probably would have been shot somewhere. Why? Because it got to that point where I was so big. I had TV commercials. I was on the radio. It was just like, I'm here. So when you that hot and you still in your hometown, you are the target. It got to a point, I remember some guys, they tried to jump me out of Checkers. One of my partners had set me up. He was like, yo, meet me at the Checkers after the party. I met him at the Checkers. He wasn't there, but it was a bunch of niggas there. What was so crazy was my peoples at the time, I used to have, and I've always used to run like this. In high school, I was the most popular. I was homecoming king. I had the whole football team as my partners. So the whole defensive line, them like my boys, and they acted as my bodyguards. So when I did parties, I paid them to do security. So you in high school, I'm putting money in your pocket. You just come to the parties, instead of you dance with the girls, you watching over everybody. And you big as hell. So it's like, I'm putting money in their pocket. They just happened to be at Checkers. 2 of them happened to be at Checkers. Same time I pulled up. I ain't talked to them. I ain't saying that. They just happened to be at Checkers. When I got out, the guys it was like 4 of them walking up on me trying to surround me. Them 2 ran over there and was like, hold up. He trying to push people back. A dude swung at me. I ended up grabbing him and started punching him. The police comes out of nowhere. They take me to jail. I'm the only one with the jail. Like, it was like, what the fuck is going on? So
where was that?
Man, this is in Gainesville, Florida. My hometown is what I'm saying. So it's like, they jumped me, try to jump me. I'm beating him up. Police grab me, lock me up. Everybody else run and get away. So that right there, but I ended up getting a release on ROR that next morning. But it was still like, and then I had a show that night. So it's kind of like an experience where it was just like, man, your hometown, they love you, but at the same time, they hate you. And it got to the point where the police was starting to bother me at all my shows, on my parties. They was popping up, trying to shut it down. They gave me violations. It was like I had to get an overcrowding certificate license, where it's like, Cause my parties used to be like, if anybody ever go on my YouTube, my old YouTube, like DJX mixtape or DJX parties, my parties used to have like 6, 7, 800 people up in them. So it used to be a part where I had too many people there. So I even went and got the license. Even when I got the license, it was another charge, like a building code. I remember I went to court one day and the judge was like, overcrowding. She was like, oh, you must be a popular person. Everybody in the courtroom started laughing. She was like, I'm going to dismiss this charge. But it was just the fact that I still had to go through all that. Police coming over, they shutting my party down, issuing me this subpoena to go to court and all this for the judge to be like, for throwing parties? She didn't even know that the like that was a law, like was charging on it. So she was looking at it like crazy. She was like, I'm just going to dismiss this. She was like, listen, man, stop having too many people at your parties, Mr. Popular. And then I walked off. Like, but like I said, I will honestly tell people, like, I've been doing this since I was damn near 18. I've just been running. And a few years in, it's just like I'm just getting it in. I feel like I ain't gonna say like I'm a veteran of season because I'm so early and still young, but it's just like I don't want to get upside myself. Now I'm like, all right, let me sign some artists to put some other people in a position where I ain't always got to be at these shows. I'm gonna send him over there, he gonna get that bag. I'm gonna send him out of town, he gonna get the bag. I'm gonna send her over here so she can get this bag. You feel me? And just make it work. And I could be kind of like behind the scenes, kind of making it happen. But like, but yeah, man, I rock with everybody that's out here doing something positive. Not just Dolph, just everybody in general. Like I rock with him because he was at least able to leave something behind.
Yeah, for sure. He did a lot.
A whole label, and it's just like I said, it's beyond the music. Just everything else that you do outside of it. Like when you look at people like Rick Ross with the wing stops, and you look at just artists that got other businesses. Just going back to those businesses, like I plan on. I'm just gonna put this out there. I want other individuals to do it too. That's
what it's all about.
It's like I want to invest into a lashing. Beauty supply, hair, all that kind of stuff. Because one thing about that
hair is
man, that's going to constantly make money. Females is always going to be buying that shit. You feel me? And it's like that's the easiest.
I'm on that too.
That's the easiest hustle to get into. You just got to find the correct vendors, and you're gonna be out here rocking. So.
For sure. You ever fuck with that Bitcoin or anything?
And my brother, to this day, he keeps trying to get me on this cryptocurrency and Bitcoins and all this and that. And don't get me wrong, I know that's probably I know it is from what I'm seeing. It's another wave of just making revenue, but that goes back into the stocks market. I was never involved in the stocks market and everything. So I mean, like I said, one day maybe when I'm older, I'll get into it. But right now, I'm not even really trying to figure out all the numbers because you definitely gonna lose some money out of that. Like it's been around for so long, so the people who's really getting paid is people who's at the beginning stage with it. Now you just trying to get it. Everybody trying to jump into it now.
It's a way to do it.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You feel me? If you know it, you see what I'm saying. But if you don't know it, you just like, oh man, people making money off of crypto and Bitcoin. Let me go do it. Then you just lost $1,000.
Definitely do your research on that.
Yeah, you lose $1,000. Now you done lost. I know a couple people that done lost $1,000, which ain't really nothing. But it's just like I tell them, I say, yo, if you serious about it, keep doing it. But me at this time, I'm not so focused about it. Every day I go on the phone with my brother, man, you need to get on this crypto and this Dogecoin. You need to get this, and I'm looking like, yeah. I got you, but let me go flip my money. I flip money, you feel me, off shows and.
But you definitely fuck with that real estate and shit, though.
Alright, so that's one of my next goals to get into that, because if I can get into the real estate, but then like me personally, I'm the type of person like I date a girl, or one of my homies, I ask them what is it you want to do. Like anytime I rock with somebody, I'm like, what is it you want to do? You want to do real estate? All right, well let's figure out a way where we can get you, in school or some training, some courses with it, because I feel like this. If I could build me a good team around me, and I don't put on a lot of people that kind of, shot off and did their own thing, and, it is what it is, you feel me? Like, at the end of the day, I don't really trip about it because I'm still me. It's like, it is what, can you sustain by yourself? And if you can, then great. But at the same time, I ain't going to, rock with you no more. Meaning, basically saying, I don't put a couple of girls in school, I don't put a couple of girls in hair school, I don't put a couple of homies on Money Moves where they rocking out right now, and then they turn their back on you or they get upset with you for whatever reason. It's like you let somebody borrow some money and they never pay you back.
Right.
Now they feel like I can't talk to this person because I feel like I owe them some money. But you like, I ain't worried about that.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like
we cool for it.
And I'm still doing it. I tell a lot of these dancers, I said a lot of these girls in Magic City and Blue Flame and all that, believe it or not, some of these girls start off at knockouts. So y'all see them. I got girls that's on Wildin' Out, you feel me? Like models, all of these music videos and all that if you really go back on their history, they got music videos from when I first started. I used to manage models and all that. I used to deal with a lot of these females and whatnot before they, quote unquote, and a female be the first one to turn their back on you. So they feel like they in a higher position than you. Oh yeah, they like him. I'm with him. So that's why I say you got to keep working and just keep yourself afloat. So it's like, you know, you still doing your thing, so you ain't really stressing about them. But yeah, I done put homies on. I done built businesses up too.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like a lot of stuff, just from studios to clubs to like you put me somewhere and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna build it up and put it out there. Cause now I have a fan base now, so it's like, you know, you're able to like expose it to so many people at one time, and it's like, yo, I'm finna rock with it. Sure. And I probably had 100 rappers hit you up about this podcast.
What's up? Holla at We Good.
Yeah.
At We Good Podcast, you know what I mean? Holla at your boy, Wise Guy Q, the mouth of the South. You know what I mean? We Good Podcast on all platforms. Plus, y'all go subscribe, hit that like button, comment, and smash the subscribe. We Good Podcast on YouTube. You know what I mean? Where they can follow you at and shit, cuz?
X Money ATL. I pretty much got that. Nah, my main page is X Money ATL _. I do got a back page, backup page. Talk about back page. A backup page. A backup page, X Money ATL. But man, I went through a period of time. People was making so many fake pages of me. You know what's so crazy? My management with right now we're doing a little blue mark verification on Twitter and Facebook, you know, to get my blue check. So it's kind of like, but yeah, bro, people be making fake pages. You go on there right now, type X Money. It's just like all these fake pages coming up. They're just doing sweepstake giveaways. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting out there. Yeah, that's how I knew my name was getting out there. Now I'm like, yeah, not even just that, but just on, because they doing too much. So it's like, but X Money ATL _ is my main page. You can follow me, you know, make everything happen. And I know for a fact, once I drop my music and we get the marketing going on, I'm gonna have so much attention around me. You know, we start getting the billboards, we start doing the radio press again, we start doing all the clubs and performing all over the city. You know, because one thing about it, I always do the city first before I go on the road. Sometimes people go on the road and come back to the city. I do the city first, get that out of the way. So when I'm on the road, people are like, yo, y'all heard some dude named X Money? Yeah, niggas did the show at, you know, so then I got that thing going on, you know, working out. But y'all got X Money ATL on YouTube. Y'all can watch my previous music videos. We're going to be dropping a lot more work in January. Just for the rest of the year to be coming.
For sure. You got like any upcoming shows or tour dates coming up?
So like I said, every Friday we do industry night at Knockouts. So if you're an artist, you know, you want to get out there, artists, producers, singers, you know, anything involved in music, you know, you just want to come out there. If you play guitar or the drums, come through there. We do a live set. But every Friday, you know, I might not be there, but you can still go out there and rock out and knock out. So it's like, that's industry night on Fridays. As far as with my shows, I got a tour that's coming up. The end of January is going to be kicking off. We're going to be doing the southern tour because it's going to be cold around the time, so ain't no telling it's going to snow and whatnot. But hell, I remember I did a show in Alabama one year and it was snowing. I was like, I was on tour. It snowed. That was the only place it snowed at. It was snowing hard. I'm looking like, what the? We still did the show, and I had a show in North Carolina. It had snowed, and we had to cancel it last year. So like I said, we're doing a regional southern tour. It's going to kick off in January. We'll just see how it goes. Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and I believe North Carolina is on that list also. So
your artists gonna be on that tour as well.
I'm gonna introduce a few new artists that I'm working with. You know, that'd be a great way to see how they grind really is. Cause you know, people always say they got it until you actually put them out there on the road, and it's like, I had to see if you really got it. Cause that's how you really test artists.
For sure.
Because there's a lot you go through on that road too. That people don't really know about, but you know, hey man. But yeah, I'm bringing a couple of artists out there that I'm working with. Like I haven't officially signed nobody. I just, you know, gave some money out to a few people. You feel me? Just be like, here goes some money, and then if it's meant to be and we still working, here go the rest of the money, and then let's get to working. You feel me? Here go the chain, here go the contract, here go everything. But here goes some money right now. And, you know, just keep working. Like I told all the artists, you know, that I'm working with, I'm like, yo, here goes some money. Keep working, keep grinding, keep sending me music, keep doing this. Stay out the scene as much because you got a situation that's, you know, coming up. So just keep yourself safe and, you know, just, you know, maintain a good, you know, mental space and everything. Just work hard.
So if an artist want to submit something to you or try to pursue a situation with you, what they will hit you on IG or
I tell people the best way to hit me. I mean, I got a label number, 678-523-4535. Again, it's 678-523-4535. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I barely check that. You feel me? So it's like, you hit me up on Instagram. I tell people this all the time. I might get 100+ messages every time I wake up in the morning, but at some point I'm gonna check all those messages somehow. So what I do is I kind of like go to my and I hate that I say that because sometimes I do have a message go unread. So what I'll do is like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'll check all my messages and then I respond. Why? Because not too many people are up. So you know when you respond to 100 messages, everybody's responding back. I respond to you, oh yeah. So I respond about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It's very limited amount of people that's gonna be up. It's gonna be like, yo, thank you, whatever the case may be. But and then it's back to the same thing the next day. That's how it be so many messages because I'm responding overnight. Hit me up on Instagram, xmoneyatl_. You can hit me up on Facebook, xmoneyatl_, and you can hit the number up. But like I said, if you're really trying to be seen, come out to industry night. I don't really listen to music online for real, unless I'm doing a music review. And when I do a music review, I do it out of nowhere and I do it for free. You be like, yo, send me some music. I play it live, let other people hear it, and we all check it out and go from there.
For sure. Yes, sirski. Alright, man, y'all heard it right there. Y'all go fuck with my boy, X-Money Gang, X-Money, ATL, you know what I mean? Making them moves. It's your boy, Wise Guy Q. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Y'all go follow us at We Good Podcast. Follow my mans at
xmoneyatl_.
You know what I mean? And you know, we're going to keep coming back every week with new content. Y'all make sure y'all go like the channel, smash the subscribe button, comment, do all that good shit, man. Y'all remember everybody that sponsored us, keep fucking with them, keep fucking with us, and we're going to keep coming back to back because you know we good, baby. You know what I mean? Cool TV, shout out Cool TV in the motherfucking building.
Cool.
South got something to say. Hey, South got something to say. We hustle, we grinding away. Tomorrow ain't promised today. That's why we gon' shine in your face. The South got something to say. The South got something to say. The South got something to say. The South got something to say.